So with the end of Season 0 on the horizon and a new update coming out in like 2 days as of writing this, my experience with Marvel Rivals has been fairly fun. Any game that I've played never feels dull, there's constant high stakes with each match, and flawless character designs for each hero and villain. However, there is one character I've spent an unhealthy time over, but you could probably tell who it is by the thumbnail. So, let me introduce Snow Bunny Heaven and Danny Phantom. These two add the perfect mix of misery that you can inflict on the enemy team who just got home from their 9 to 5. Such misery includes auto-aim, the Requise Special, and...
Hey, I've been meaning to ask you, we should form some kind of group.
If that piques your interest, then Cloak and Dagger might be your new main. But is it valid? Being in the strategist role, I don't understand why they call them strategists when the only strategy is to heal, but that's a whole nother rant. Cloak and Dagger are essentially the Red Cross if it was able to violate the Geneva Convention. They're essentially two characters combined into one. Dagger mainly focuses on heals, while Cloak is the opposite. Now, the majority of my hours spent on this game has been with Cloak and Dagger because not one person wanted to play strategist during like the first couple of weeks of when this game came out. I haven't gotten them to Lord status yet, but trust me, please just trust me. They're up there at like the top 3 best strategists in the game right now. So with the yapping out of the way,
let's get straight to it. On my mama, we lit.
the best thing about Cloak and Dagger is that you're essentially playing both a duelist and a support. So, if need be, you can switch off heals and do damage to pick off a kill. We'll focus on Dagger for right now, since she'll be the one you use the most. Besides her assets, her kit is fairly simple to understand. Your left click can both heal and kill, your E ability acts as a bigger heal, which actually improves your healing. Right click shoots down a healing bubble, and shift turns on dark mode. Dagger's auto-aim is kinda nuts, because you can essentially play her from afar and shoot out your daggers and they will track to where you're aiming at. You'll see that indicator with those red arrows pointing at the target, meaning that is your indicator that you're able to hit the person. So given the range that you can use these daggers from, as well as the bubble being the projectile, you can play Dagger up front or from the very back. My 2 favorite positions. Depending on your playstyle, both can benefit your team since long distance heals aren't bad. Just watch out for the speed demons will make sure your game is spent looking at the replay of how you got killed by flying fucking Spider-Man.
See you, chump.
What the hell?
He's a phantom.
Tyrone here, yes, that's his actual fucking name, is your way of confirming kills. His left click works the same as Scarlet Witch, where it's just a beam that slowly ticks down their damage. Not really the best by itself, but if they're low enough, it's the perfect tool to quickly finish off someone before they can run up back to get a reach around by their healing. His E ability blinds, and his right click
Lights out. Welcome to the Dark Force dimension.
is fucking terrible. Well, not entirely, because it can make your allies invisible and invulnerable, but you can also use it to fly, which makes the right click the perfect tool in order to get away from a very tricky spot. His big blinding wall that he pushes will not just blind the guy you're trying to get, but also does a fair bit amount of damage. It makes them more vulnerable too, which means they'll just take more damage from your left click. So the easiest combo you can do as Cloak is just use your E ability and then get to sucking. So, I say again, blind them first, then give them that 8-inch special. Perfect for any homewrecker. Okay, well that's both of their movesets covered. I think it's finally time to talk about the ultimate.
Us against the world! Ready. Here comes the
Eternal Bond gives you 3 dashes, leaving behind this space-like matter across the ground. This AoE not only heals your teammates, but damages the enemy team who stands inside of it. Let me repeat this. The AoE heals your teammates. I cannot fathom how many people don't know this. I use this tool as a great push option on offense because it's essentially a better Captain America ult that will actually heal you if you stay on it. I am paving the way for you, so push up with the ult and play inside the DI voice line. Sorry about that. So yeah, the AoE you leave behind is best used to cover the objective. It leaves a good space for your teammate to play inside and pushes back the enemy team from trying to push you. If there's a ditto on the enemy team, that means there's another Cloak and Dagger. You can essentially cancel their ult by ulting their ult and recovering what they did. So it basically cancels out. Need to know.
I will get both of you. And your little hawk, too.
So that's everything covered about the character, but what do I really think? I know how much I've discussed about playing Dagger from afar, but honestly, I think you'll find more value by pushing up with your team instead of staying around in the back, because doing that leaves you vulnerable to flanks. Plus, by playing from afar, you essentially only have 2 moves because your E ability will not reach that far. Now, as good as each moveset sounds, there are some downsides, mainly that being your health. Unless there's 2 supports, including yourself, the only way you'll find heals is either a health pack in the map or your own healing bubble. So it's important to not rush headfirst into death when you're as fragile as me. Because you can switch fairly quickly between the 2 of them, you can push up with your heals with your team and quickly switch in order to help them do more damage. A great option is quickly switching to Cloak and push out a blind to make them more vulnerable to your teammates' damage, and then quickly switch back to healing. You should only switch when necessary. Do not get greedy for kills and stay on Cloak trying to push it like you're a tank. Know your place and stick with the team. And that's basically all you need to know about Cloak and Dagger. I love this character, but honestly, I've been playing as them for too long, so I've been experimenting with other support characters, or just playing for DPS. I've always seen a lot of Cloak and Dagger players who've reached Lord status, and it's not that hard to achieve. It isn't a hard character to learn, and the support it can give is fairly broken. They're even buffing the ult in the next patch, so I'm hyped for that. Anyways, that'd be it for me. If you enjoyed this video, consider subscribing for more, because I'll definitely try to cover the new season when it comes out. Leave a like before you go, and sayonara. Okay, listen, I didn't have enough time to make the full video. I made that during literally right after the end of last season, but legit big ass nerf. Mainly the ult, because
Us against the world.
it's 4 dashes.
Get ready.
It's 4 dashes now with the ult. I think there's more to it, but like, it's fucking nuts. I think they added the area damage as well. Like the AoE.
Trying to help.
What? Yeah, I just had to show that real quick. Okay, bye.